Hey you! Welcome back to Grey Wolf Construction. We're going to get into some news about the game, but nothing is official. Nothing that you hear is official news, nothing is confirmed or denied unless specifically confirmed or denied. Welcome,
All
Bunkerman.
right. Thanks for having me here. And let's follow that VR question up with another hardware type question, but
Ah.
relatively general. Um, what about um, companion hardware, like in general on game release? We've seen it with Farming Simulator, with like the
The dashboard or what do you mean? Something
exactly
like that?
like something like a dashboard, or in terms of construction simulators, we have a lot of people with dual joystick setups, which were like probably never planned for CS15, at least not the Thrustmaster ones, which have a lot of problems due to the drivers. Um, so, in general, is that the thing that's still like in a market kind of way? Is it from a publisher perspective something feasible? Like,
It's always a question.
That that took a turn. I thought I have to answer that, but now it's
Yeah,
Carsten. Okay, that's fine for me.
yeah. I think the most important thing is from the dev perspective how to integrate something like this because it's complicated. Especially there's a number of these dashboards available. One of them is the one from the farming simulator wheel and so on, the big heavy equipment pack. But there are others too, and not all of them are using the same infrastructure when it comes to the drivers behind them. So this is a dev thing. In fact, it is for sure interesting for us as a publisher to support as many devices, especially in simulation games, that makes sense. But getting them all in, it's a factor of time, cost, and possibilities. So we always have to look what do we have to what has to be in the game, what is a nice to have to be in the game,
Mm.
and what has to be forgotten because it won't make any sense. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, if you go to VR, it's an equal question because VR means that you would have to need more powerful computers to be able to play it and all. This would raise the minimum system specs, or do you make a separate version? And how great is a player base using these devices or VR and so on? These are all aspects you have to look at when you look at it from the publisher side. So, and the other thing I think Rene can explain the dev side.
Mm. Yeah. So when it comes to input devices, I think we've learned a lot. Rest assured, we are not using the, well, let's say, input controller logic from the CS 2015.
Now, that is one line of code that they decided they weren't going to take into the new game.
It was very basic and pure. Back then, we got the inputs from the system itself without using any drivers and stuff like that. So more or less, we solved the raw inputs from the system and inputted them to the game, and that didn't work well, especially for several joysticks from various manufacturers. I think in the comments on Steam, we got more than once the advice to use a pack called Rewired. Rewired is a, let's say, third-party plugin for integrating input devices like joysticks, controllers, uh, steering wheels, and things like that from several manufacturers. Also, providing support for more exotic stuff, or at least recognizing them as an input device and giving you the chance to somehow configure them as an more or less exotic or your own custom input device, so that you should be fine in using whatever you have. Especially, we all know this cool video from the Steam channel where this guy in his basement is playing in a setup with 2 joysticks on his mounted to his chair and steering wheel, and he's I think digging a hole in fast forward for, I don't know,
Yes.
several hours.
Yes.
That's a cool video, and something like this should be possible again. So we are using this rewired package in between to get all the, or most of the common devices into our game and make them at least configurable, if not already pre-configured from us. You should be able to configure them yourself. We hope that we at least officially provide support for the most common manufacturers. We have some steering wheels at our office which we are using to test and configure at least, I think, the 4 or 5 most common brands, and Thrustmaster is also one of them. So I really hope that we have a not only better but really good support for steering wheels and joysticks and stuff like that in the new version.
Well, that at least settles the Thrustmaster dual stick problems.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
You're
And,
welcome.
I'm looking forward to finally being able to use custom built, what are they called? Pedals.
Custom built
okay.
ones?
There are definitely none on the market right
Okay.
now. At least not for excavator control. Like
Okay.
Plane Con, they
Yeah, go
do
ahead.
not have any backwards motion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I understand. So that you can control the tracks of an excavator not only going forward but also going back by pulling the
Exactly.
pedal to yourself. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
That's something
Okay,
that
maybe
is not on
we
the
should
market
have it.
because there's definitely no market for it yet.
Yeah, we should have a talk about what you have in mind. So that my statement from a minute ago is hopefully they are thinking about how to improve or maybe investigate on new technologies and stuff like that. Can be at the release. We will see. Yeah.
Well, certainly if you're
have
using the
something-
packet,
if you have
yes.
something in your mind, please send me a message what you're going to buy or what you're going to build out of which components, so that we can have a look on it.
Well, it essentially just boils down to what kind of implementation, what kind of drivers I could use.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it going to be like a
Raspberry
megamorph?
Pi and some poties can definitely be well.
A megamorph? What's that?
You don't know what a
Never heard of it.
megamorph or a... Anyone here ever seen Power Rangers as a child? The morph...
Yeah, of
they
course.
morphed. Could you imagine like someone's steering wheel, joystick, and pedal setup is like some
okay.
megamorph that just crawl inside of?
I understand. So that if they combine their machines together,
Yes.
I don't know,
Yes.
Master Robot.
Oh my
A
goodness.
poti is
So
essentially an electric.
I think this concept was first introduced in not Galaxy. Oh, come on! It's a TV series from maybe the 80s, early 90s. It's not Power Rangers. It's an animated TV series. Come on.
like Gundam or oh,
No.
I can't think of the name.
It's not.
Transformers? Yeah. No idea.
It's not Galaxy Rangers. Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs. Here
Oh.
we go.
I was about to say it. Fuck.
Oh my goodness.
With the
Okay.
best intro song ever written.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. Okay. Thank you, Bunker Man. The developers said, of course, we are always studying and developing new technologies to help integrate these things. That's paraphrased, and it's not promised that these things will work at launch. But post-launch, I guarantee you there will be support, and they will continue to work on making the game optimized for all players. Back to that Saber Rider. I gotta tell you, that song slaps. Stick around, join our Discord channel, Construction Simulator Discord, join our community games, and talk directly with the developers even. Leave a comment, suggestion, something that you want to see in the game. They are listening and they are looking for your input. The Grey Wolf, signing out.